Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Color Cup and let's see what team we're going to be trying out. We're going to be using the Kingdra paired with the Shadow Typhlosion and the Toxapex in the back. Kingdra here versus this Toxapex. Pretty neutral matchup. We decide to try to catch a move and we draw out the Ferrothorn. So Ferrothorn is going to be quite interesting to deal with. We only can fight back with our Sludge Wave, which is still resisted. We're going to shield once because we anticipate the Thunder, and now we're going to be able to get to another Sludge Wave. Not necessarily the KO, but get them low enough that we can farm down with something. So we can take this next move now. Thunder is used, and we actually get the farm down. So we did maintain alignment, so to speak. Trying to get to a Sludge. We do get the Sludge Wave. Sludge is going to do some damage towards that Toxapex. We go into the Kingdra, and it looks like we barely survived the Sludge Wave. We fire off the Outrage, and we finally get rid of that Toxapex. But now we have a really, really bad situation. We have the Feraligatr with energy advantage versus our Typhlosion. And as you can see, we are not going to be able to win this matchup here because they still have 2 shields and our catch did not work. So they're going to just shield here, and then they're going to be able to fire off a move since we don't have any more shields. So well played by our opponent, unable to beat that lead, and the Shadow Feraligatr kind of too spammy in the back. All right, next game. We have the Kingdra versus the Gastro. Way fortunate that it was in the front. Definitely don't want to see this in the back, so we're just going to fire out this Octazooka before they get to their big move. We do proc the debuff. We're going to shield anyways because we want to be able to farm down or keep this Kingdra fairly healthy. Now we see the Typhlosion come in, and we are going to be able to tank at least 2 of these moves. So that was the reason why I kind of brought in the Toxapex. Here comes another Thunder. And looks like we are going to be able to fire off a Brine. We grab a shield. Actually, we get to another Brine. So this is going to get the KO. Or, yeah, it looks like we did have the right alignment. Our Shadow Typhlosion versus their Talonflame, we are going to be able to outpace them because of how fast we can get to the Thunder Punches. We just have to shield there, and we're just going to get off another Thunder Punch for the KO. So GG's to our opponent, able to win against that double fire backline. Fortunately, we did get the Typhlosion lined up in the correct matchup, and we avoided that regular Typhlosion. Another Gastro lead. Way fortunate that we are going to see this in the front, and we are going to stay in. Looks like our opponent decides to go for the body slams, and they don't really want to build up to that big move. We go for the Octazooka, and we do get the debuff, but you can see how low our health is, so we're going to have to shield the body slam anyways. Looks like they are unfortunately going to be able to get to another body slam, and that's going to take us out easily. So because of that, we are going to go into our Toxapex and try to farm it down. Let's see if we can get that farm down. Wow. Able to poison jab down a Gastrodon is actually kind of crazy. Now we have a huge energy advantage going for the Sludge Wave versus the Tentacruel. Looks like our opponent decides to throw a move. Ends up only being the Acid Spray, so we did call that, and we are going to be able to get to this Sludge Wave now. Now we're low. It's low enough that we can potentially farm down with our Typhlosion, so we're just going to let this go. We still survive it, but we're going to switch out, and we do have the energy advantage versus this Talon. All we have to do is just build up to 2 Thunder Punches. Here goes the first one. It's going to get the shield, and they're going to try to overfarm, but we are at another move. Down goes the Talon, and Just like that, our Incinerate's able to farm down that Tentacruel. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game, basically with the energy advantage of the Shadow Typhlosion. Very fortunate we avoided the Gastro, but this team is a ABB style. Charge-a-Bug in the lead is interesting. Definitely have a really good counter to it with our Typhlosion, but we don't want to switch out. This is kind of neutral. They actually shield that, so we have an option to just let this go or shield it. We decided to go for the farm. Unable to get the farm down, but we get 2 Incinerates. And now we have the Gastro in the back. So we're going to try to do as much damage as possible. Blast Burn goes and deals roughly 50%. We do have 2 shields, so we have to use these wisely. Body Slam is used for the bait. We are going to be able to get to this brine. It does get that last shield, and now we just have to show this last move and make sure we don't have our move caught. Looks like they try to catch the move, but we didn't even have the move ready to throw. Sludge Wave is used. Doesn't quite KO this Jumpluff. We're going to shield here to keep it fairly healthy, and hopefully we can try to catch a move down the stretch. So we know they have a move, we switch out and we catch a move. Body Slam is used, so that's energy wasted. Oh, but they did have back-to-back, so unfortunately we lose the CAP tie, but we did everything we could to try to win that game, and unfortunately it just came down to CAP tie. All right, next we got the Kingdra versus their Talonflame. Really good lead here. We're not really taking any super effective fast moves. They're going to be able to get to this move first. We have to respect the Brave Bird. There's the Brave Bird. Now we see the Feraligatr. We go for a risky Octazooka. No shield, but it does chip away at it so that our Toxapex could farm it down. There's the Hydro. They should be able to get to another one. Yeah. So we do have to tank 2 Hydras, but we're going to be able to farm it down. And now we have energy for that Talon. They decide to come back with it. Okay. They decided going with the Cradily. Cradily is interesting because it is kind of a core breaker with energy advantage, but you can see we're going to go into our Kingdra and force them to use some energy. Grass Knot is used and they are able to farm us down, which is not great. We're going to go into our Toxapex here to force out some energy and possibly a shield. So we do grab that shield, and right here we are making them throw a move because they did not take us out. So they're relatively energy dry. We get the farm down, and now we have a shield for this Cradily. And this is GG's because we are at a Blast Burn. They have no shields, and this will KO. So GG's our opponent, able to win that game with the Shadow Typhlosion again. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.